Hi, I'm Vicki Murphy. I am a solutions engineer with Valiantus, and we are a platinum solutions partner with Atlassian. And in this video, I'll be giving a tour of Jira Product Discovery. If you're new to Jira Product Discovery, or JPD for short, it's an Atlassian tool that is designed to help organizations intake ideas for their projects, products, or initiatives, organize information around those ideas, and prioritize them all in one place. This is built on Atlassian's historic Jira platform, making it a tool that really focuses on creating a space that's easy to share information across our product teams while keeping them closely connected to our development, business, and service teams across the organization. Let's go ahead and jump into what JPD looks like. Whenever we're talking about Jira Product Discovery, our ideas that we collect are going to be grouped into projects. And this is a similarity with the rest of the Jira platform: software, work management, service management. They're all organized in what we call projects. And so we can find our Jira Product Discovery projects right here in the project menu. As we scroll through, we see our software, service management projects, and then we see our product discovery. Now, as we go through this, again, this is built on the Jira platform, so we have a ton of flexibility. I'm going to showcase an example of how we've seen some teams utilize product discovery, but just know that it is a very flexible tool. So if this doesn't fit your specific use case, it is very likely that you'll be able to make configuration updates to better suit your team's needs. Here we are in our JPD project, and whenever we first open it, it lands us in a view, and we're going to walk all through views in just a moment. But first, I want to talk about what we're actually displaying in these views, which are our ideas. In JPD, we have one work item available, and that is literally called idea. Users can create an idea from the create button. And when they do so, they'll be prompted with this screen. Of course, they'll want to give a summary. And then in the description field, we can configure this to start to prompt users. So we can customize a template. There's some out-of-the-box templates for this to really start collecting the information that that product team needs to best evaluate and prioritize this idea. We also have the ability to include other fields, whether it's a custom field or a system field like our date fields here. And then we can just press create. Now, when it comes to who can actually create an idea, JPD has two different roles. And at a high level, you can think of the creator role as really someone who needs to be in JPD, managing the different views that you'll see, actually evaluating these ideas, moving them through the workflow. And then we have the contributor role. The contributor role is for folks who really just need to submit new ideas. Maybe they need a little bit of visualization, but they're not really managing, triaging, prioritizing these ideas. That contributor role is a non-billable account, meaning that if someone only has that role in your Atlassian ecosystem, they're not going to increase your licensing cost. All right. Once our ideas are created, we then start to manage them through our views. And the first view that we have here is a list view. And this is very similar to the list views that we have all throughout Jira now in software, work management projects, and more. It's really a table display of our ideas. At the top, you'll see we have a quick create button here to make a new idea in line. And then we have some controls to best group, filter, and sort our list here, how we need it. Next, we have a fields button, and this allows us to control the fields that are displayed. If you are an admin, here you can actually create brand new fields as well as enable new fields for your project. All right. Now let's take a tour of some pretty important fields when we're talking about our ideas. Every idea is going to have a unique, we call this a key in Jira. It's the unique number associated to that record. We have these all throughout the other Jira products as well. Same here in JPD. We, of course, have our summary here. These are fields that we can also click into and make some edits directly in this table. Then we see our status field. Again, just like our other Jira products, we have a workflow mechanism that allows us to suggest or even dictate the process that our team should be going through. With JPD, every project is going to have its own unique workflow that the project administrator can configure. These can be as detailed, as simplified, as strict, and as flexible as we need them to be. With JPD, we do also have access to the Jira automation functionalities, so you can utilize that to also make some automatic updates via your workflow or potentially other conditions. We do also have an assignee field, so any creator in our project can be assigned to an idea. And then we have some examples of some custom fields. These fields do display a little bit differently in JPD than our other Jira products, but this is just a multi-select field here, showcasing what group this idea might be worked on. If we scroll to the right, we have a couple of other fields that are good to review. We do have date fields in JPD. These are actually what we like to call fuzzy date fields. So we can choose a specific date, or if we are submitting an idea or managing an idea that is a little bit looser, we don't really know when we are going to start this or end it down to the date, we can also choose just a month or a quarter as well. And these date fields are going to work with the timeline view that I'll showcase in just a moment. We have the ability to add reactions or votes so we can start to understand which ideas are popular. And we also have the ability to link our ideas to our goals. So if you are using the goals, this was formerly the Atlas functionality in Jira, you can not only say that you have a new idea, but you can also indicate how it might help your organization as a whole achieve their objectives or goals. Of course, we can also open up an idea full screen to see all of the fields associated with this idea and more. On the right-hand side, we see all of those fields like status and group, assignee, and some more that we will review throughout this demonstration. You'll notice that we have the ability to add emojis to any of these fields, something more unique here in JPD. And then in the center section, we of course have our summary as well as our description, and then we have our activity section. This does have the classic Jira comment functionality. So not only are we collecting these ideas, we can move our communication about them directly to these ideas, helping us with our context switching, helping us keep all of the information in one place. We do also have the app mentioning functionality. So we are able to app mention our team members. They'll receive notifications so we can easily communicate right here. We also have the ability to add insights to our ideas. Insights are a mechanism that allow us to add content external to the Atlassian ecosystem directly into these ideas. So whether you are talking about an idea over in Slack or Teams, you're collecting feedback via your website, you're doing research on competitors or other market research on the web, or even doing feedback sessions where you might be collecting that feedback in something like Confluence, you can easily add in insights so that you can start to keep track of where this valuable context is. You can manually add these in by adding a description and a link, or Atlassian has a Google Chrome plugin that also allows you to add an insight wherever you are on the web. Just as an example, I'm going to flip over to a Confluence page. And if we scroll down, here I can just highlight any text. I'll go up to my plugins here. And here I'm able to easily select my project, even the idea that I want to link this to, as well as the link and description. Let's go ahead and get this one. That are available. And I could even create a brand new idea from this JPD plugin as well. And back here in my JPD idea, I now see that new insight has been added. Let's go ahead and go back to our views for a little bit. So once we create new ideas and they are submitted, typically we see teams using JPD going through a triage and prioritization process. So So I'm going to jump down a little bit on my left-hand sidebar and go to this ideas inbox. Now, this is something that I custom added in, but it's just a section, and a section is a collection of views. So as you're going through these different phases of your process, you can actually make multiple views with pre-filters and grouping applied, making it really easy for your team to hone in on specific activities. In this example under ideas inbox, we can see everything that still needs to be triaged. You'll notice that I have less ideas here than my first view. I have different fields available as well. I can even start to identify items that might be escalated or need more information here. Let's go ahead and jump down to our prioritization area. I am going to open up another list view just to first talk through a couple of fields. In this view, I have used the group function to group by assignee, so each team member here is able to come in and easily see the ideas related that they are assigned to. When we start talking about prioritization, this is where we also start to utilize some of the fields that are completely custom to JPD. If I scroll over here, with these fields, we are able to create formulas. So if you have a prioritization model like weighted shortest job first, as I have here, or the RICE model, you can actually collect the inputs for those calculations and then run that calculation in the formula field. Here I have implemented the rating field. So you also could use a slider field or just a classic number field here if you wish. And I'm just going to start filling in these values. And as I do, eventually, once I have them all filled in, it is going to calculate my WSShift score for me. Now, this is just a custom field that I have created, and I custom added in this formula. What that means is not only could you use a formula that may be well documented, but if you have a custom formula of your own that you want to build in here, you can. From there, of course, we can use the sorting function to start to sort the list, or we can use the drag and drop function to prioritize these ideas. As they are prioritized, that will sync across all of our views and visualizations where we are looking at these ideas. When we're talking about prioritization, we also often see customers leaning into another view type, which is called the matrix view. And this is a more graphical, visual representation of two fields that we set as the X and the Y axis. And we can also control the size of the bubbles here. You'll notice we still have the ability to filter and also control what fields we actually visualize for these ideas over here on the right. This gives us the ability to start to weigh different factors to understand where we might be able to get quick value for maybe less effort or high cost savings for lower effort. Anything like that we can compare on this graph here. Once our ideas have been triaged and prioritized, we then typically see customers needing to do two more things in JPD. Communicate the prioritization and the high-level roadmap and timeline to our stakeholders, and then also start to link these ideas to delivery work. Let's tackle that stakeholder communication first, and then we'll look at the delivery connection. We have two more types of views available here in JPD. One is essentially a board view. Most commonly, we're seeing this be used as this high level, now, next, later columns, but you can actually control these columns here to sync to any field. This could be your actual statuses to make more of a Kanban view. This could be any custom field that you have added into JPD. When we see it being used as more of this high-level roadmap, it just gives a very easy indication as to what are we working on soon, what's been pushed, what is coming up next. This does have the ability to prioritize in this view, so we can drag and drop. We can expand to see more details and open up the idea itself. And we can also drag and drop to the different columns to actually update the field that the board is looking at. This high-level view is very valuable, but if we have a need to take it a step further and start to actually see this on more of a timeline, we do have a timeline view. The timeline view is going to map out the duration of these ideas based off of those date fields that we mentioned in the first visualization. So these might be very specific dates, or again, it still may be those fuzzy dates and just set it to the end of a month or a quarter. This timeline view is interactive. You can drag and drop these bars, the whole bar, one end, to effectively update the fields on that idea. We also have the ability to still drag and drop to show prioritization here as well. You'll notice at the top, I also have some markers added in. We have the ability to add in as many markers as we like. We can set a specific date and choose a different color and give it a title. So this might represent some high milestones. This might be specific planning dates, specific reporting dates, whatever that may be, we can add these in here. Of course, we still have the ability to group, filter, and sort as well. Up at the top, we also have some ability to further communicate these views out. So first, views do have the ability to have comments, so you can also ask questions or communicate details about these views through the comment function. And then we also have a publishing function. Now, publishing a view means that you can share the link that is generated to people who are even outside of your Atlassian ecosystem. So once we copy this link, we can add people's email addresses in here and send the link to them. They will be able to view just this JPD view. They won't be able to navigate around your Atlassian ecosystem or even around this JPD project. But this is a great way to communicate to your customers or to your stakeholders outside of your Atlassian ecosystem without needing to grant them a license, project access, anything like that. You can send them just this view. Any of the views have potential to be shared. There are some limitations with if you are displaying those formula fields, for example, that will limit who you can actually publish the view to. Now, if you're thinking, that's really great, but we just talked about how we can make real-time updates to this, there is an autosave function on these views where you can turn this off, make different changes, and then save them. You can also unpublish a view at any time. We are able to also share this view with our team. That would be other Jira users. And we can also download the view in a JPEG or a CSV as well. Right. Now that we've talked about sharing these views to our stakeholders, let's hit on that ability to link our ideas to our delivery work. I have a section here that I've created called delivery. It's just all of my ideas that have been moved to my delivery status. Again, all of this is customizable, so it could be based on something different for you. If we go ahead and open up one of these ideas, in the activity section, you may have seen this earlier, there's a delivery tab here. And this is going to be where we can see the links to our delivery work. Now, delivery work is typically going to be tracked over in Jira Software, Work Management, or Service Management. But here we are able to create links to existing tickets or create a new delivery ticket potentially. Here I'll just go ahead and link into, let's see, we'll just use this one as an example. It is as easy as just finding that initiative and pressing add to link that work item in. Now, delivery work in Jira Software likely falls into your issue hierarchy, and that is going to often be something like high-level initiatives, your Jira epics, your stories. Maybe you have different names or different levels in there. But whenever we link a work item to a JPD idea, it is going to show us that full hierarchy down. So here I have an initiative in this example. I then see all of its child epics, and below that I see all of its child stories, and I could go down to the subtasks as well. All of these I can see the issue type, the key, the summary, and the status of this work. And these are also quick links, so I can also open these up from here if I need to communicate with that delivery team. This is also a two-way link. So not only can I see this linking here, but if I were to open up this initiative and jump over to this tab, in the links section, I see this implements link, and here is my idea. So again, thinking of that two-way communication between our delivery teams, between our product teams, keeping business and our delivery teams very closely tied. We also have some roll-up capability here on our JPD idea. Here you'll notice this delivery progress. This is going to be looking down the hierarchy a level. So if we link our initiatives here, this is rolling up the status category of all of the child epics. You also have the ability to configure this to show you progress based on story points as well. And over here on the right-hand side, we can also see a numerical summary as well as that row bar visualization. And we can also add those fields, those delivery fields, to our views. So I also can see it in a view like this. And the last thing I really want to showcase is the connectivity of Jira Product Discovery with Confluence. So we have a high level of integration between these two tools as they're both Atlassian products. Flipping back over to Confluence here, you could display a single idea, or you can even display the entire view from JPD. So here I have that roadmap view. It's a view-only perspective, but here I could display this for others to analyze or to view directly in their Confluence page. If I scroll down, I even have my timeline view here as well. So lots of connectivity all throughout the Atlassian ecosystem. Also, alongside the high connectivity to Jira and Confluence, we can also display our ideas in our plans. So if you're at that premium tier of Jira software, you are able to utilize the plans functionality and ideas can be pulled into those views. That is our tour of Jira Product Discovery. Thank you very much.